Here's two great stretches to consider to help improve your posture. If you would suffer from any type of headaches, potential migraine, and or jaw pain. So one of the things we tend to find, right, is so many of us have a forward head posture, right? So our head is displaced forward, our ear doesn't necessarily line up with our shoulder. So one of the things we really want to work on is trying to restore that as much as we possibly can. Or as I always say, okay, we're where we're at, let's not let this get any worse. So one very simple and effective exercise to do is what we call a chin nod. But the chin nod is a way to subtly work on bringing the head back over the shoulders, but then also imagining there's a string at the top of your head bringing you tall. We're not doing what's called a cervical retraction, meaning I'm not tucking my chin so far back that I'm actually straightening my entire cervical spine. So with Joe here, we're going to just demonstrate some of the cues that I will give people. Often, I will have them stand on a corner of a wall so that the corner of the wall is the cue for their entire spine, but then also where their head has to touch. So I'm going to use my hand as an example of approximately where the wall would be. And we're going to just ask Joe to think about subtly bringing his chin into his throat or his upper maxilla, his upper jaw into his throat, and relaxing. So it's very subtle. We have people maintain it for about 5 seconds and relax. And again, but it's a nice way to help create space between the base of occiput C1 and C2, decompress these joints, take pressure off these vital nerve and vascular structures that are at the base of our head as well, but of course, most importantly, help us work on improving our posture. The second exercise, once the patients have mastered this, is a way to just be a little bit more aggressive. So you just need to take a simple towel, works, and if you take the edge of the towel here, that tends to be tailored pretty well. You're going to position the nap of the towel where your second cervical vertebrae is. And you know, how might you find that, right? Well, hopefully all of you can find the base of your skull here. As you slide your fingers down, the first bump you should come on is your second cervical vertebrae. Our atlas, the first vertebrae, will almost feel like a little hollow because it does not have a spinous process, but the second cervical vertebrae does. So we're going to place the nap of the towel right on that spinous process, and then Joe is going to take with each hand the front of the towel. And then he very gently, all he is doing is just imparting a little bit of force forward with his hands. We're not exerting a lot of force. It's really almost just providing a stability or a countermeasure. And now he's going to repeat that chin nod. And as he repeats the chin nod and holds it for 5 seconds and relaxes and does it again, so think of bringing your chin or your maxillary arch into your throat a little bit. It's just going to further enhance that stretch to these muscles that run from the base of our occiput to our first and cervical vertebrae. So little by little, we can further reduce the tightness and restriction here and improve your overall posture.